Right, Jim, how important is it to be out here in Portugal and to work under this heat?
No, it's great. It's great to be able to do it now. I've done it most years in my career, and every time it's great. You know, if you've got new lads, it's great to bed them in, but more importantly, it gets everyone together and it gets the work into them. And you know, it's a different level of work. I must admit, the work you do at home, you probably have to spend 3 hours to get into what you get into an hour out here. It's you know what I mean, it's baking hot. You know, there's no air. You feel, but the lads feel the lungs. When they go back, you'll feel the benefit, no doubt about it. So it's great for the lads to be able to do it.
Talk to us about the two keepers that we do have. Well, we have 3 out here at the moment, but talk to us about the keepers that we have here at the football club, and how do you see their development going?
Yeah, no, I think since I've been in, they've been excellent. To be fair, you know, they've worked their socks off every day. They've took my ideas on board. They've wanted to learn. You know, we can always improve. I can improve as a coach all the time. You want to do that, and they want to do that as players. So we're trying to work together with it and like you say, just develop as far as we can, because you're always learning no matter what age you are. Bobby's at that age now, you know, he sort of is what he is. We're just going to try and get as much out of him as we can, and you know, he started well in pre-season again already, come back in great shape, they both did. I mean, it's different from now going about my day, I sound old, but you know, we didn't touch the balls for the first 2 weeks. It was a case of putting about a stone on, coming back and having to run it off and then get the balls out. But from the first day, you know, they've had the balls, they look sharp 2 weeks in, so it can only be good for the game, and you know, good for us really.
Bobby had a strong season last year, didn't he? Will you be seeing how do you build on that for this year?
Well, you have to build. You never stand still. You know, you keep going. You take on the good things from last year, which there's a lot of. Fortunately, did some real good stuff, and you know, there's some stuff we've looked at and he can learn from as well. You know, and if we can keep the good stuff at at the top end of the scale, and we can learn from the stuff that we didn't think was quite as good, and we can tweak them a little and work on them, then you know, we're only going to get better and improve us as a team. We do a lot of work together now. I think it's important to do it with the team, whereas before goalies would just go off on their own, do the 40 minutes and then maybe a bit of shooting at the end. But now we know, we want the goalies to know exactly their role in the team, know everyone else's role, so they can help them get in the right positions. So it's important. They've got a lot to take on board, and you know, especially for Bobby's at that sort of experience age now. So the team, we've got a young side. He's an experienced one in it. He needs to know everyone's roles, and he needs to be talking to them and helping them as much as he can, as well as doing his job.
And finally, Joe Day is, you know, he got a few games under his belt last season, didn't he? How near on the edge is he to push him, Bob, for you know, that #1 spot? Because I suppose that's the overall aim, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, that can only be the reason. That's his only aim, you know, to get in the team. And we said that at the start of last season. And he had a terrific pre-season last year, and he was probably a touch not unlucky, because Bob did well as well. You know, it's a great competition. You sort of come in there and someone else will kick on.
What you want, isn't
and
it?
He'll kick on, and you know, great rival. That's what you need. That's what the goalies union's there for. You know, you want each other's position, but you push each other on in the process, and you know, that's what we've had all along since I've been here, and it's been great. And you know, Bobby's performance has been very consistent. I think he had a bit of a dip for a couple of games where, you know, he just needed to be taken out, and Joe came in, did really well. He was unfortunate in the one game he came in, you know, none of the goals was his fault, and he let a few in, and so we felt it was right to take him back out. But he came back in the Bradford game last season, and he was fantastic. That was his best game for a long while, and he looked strong. So he'll be pushing Bobby all the way, no doubt about it, you know, and he started the season off really well.
And always fine. It's good to me. Always the case, you're going to go bang it right. God. Great divert. Same little ball. All right, great stuff. Oh, stop, love it. Yeah. Curly finger behind. Yeah. Stick it. Really high. Nasha. Yep. Good. Lower. Right, brilliant. There's a different trajectory, you've got to change them feet just like that. Yep. Really good stuff. 6 of these bad boys, yeah? Good work, blower. Yep. Okay, yeah. Brilliant. Attack. Love it. So stay up, yeah? You will be able to get that one. So stay up, don't go anywhere. Yeah. Pop it to me, get on, bang off the job. Great pass. So
Bobby, I suppose shaving your head just before Portugal's turned out to be a bad idea because you've got nothing to absorb that sweat there.
That's fine, that's what I'm like anyway, so get a bit of tan on it as well.
How are you finding it out here? Because it's pretty damn warm, isn't it? And you've been worked pretty hard today.
Yeah, it's good, it's really good, because I mean, we have time in between to get changed for shots and stuff, but most of the time it's shorts and t-shirt. Pitch is nice as well, so it's not too bad, it could be worse.
Talk to us about Jimmy. How good a coach is he? Because he seems to know his stuff, and he looks to make you look, $1 million.
You see, it's obviously terrible because he's working us too hard, I think. No, he's obviously a brilliant coach. You see, obviously we enjoy the work, having a great laugh as well. But we're putting the effort in. It just makes you want to work rather than sort of having a miserable coach. It just makes you work. So no, it's great banter as well.
What do you like through pre-season? Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the workout, getting ready for the season, or are you the sort of player that it's not for you?
I don't think anybody enjoys pre-season, but I think if you get through pre-season, you have a good pre-season, sets you up for the main season. So yeah, and I think you're not enjoying it, but we have a laugh with Jimmy as well in between. It's not just all serious work.
And how much are you looking forward to the season starting? Because the anticipation's massive at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think everyone's looking forward to it. I mean, especially after disappointment of last season, gives us a bit more motivation as well to make sure. So I suppose it makes you work that little bit harder in training as well. Having sort of had the disappointment last year, and wanting to go back to where I was 2 years ago.
You had a fantastic season last season, didn't you? So I suppose building on that is in your head.
Yeah, I mean, we can always improve. That's the one thing we took out of last season. Even though we've kept 23 clean sheets, we think we can always improve, and we've really talked about the areas we can get better at. So that's what we're trying to do here in Portugal, especially.
Joe, obviously out here in Portugal, how are you finding it out here?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's very hot, but being in a bit of rehab on my quad, got a small sort of injury, but it seems to be coming along nicely. So I've had a little bit of time to enjoy the weather.
How difficult is it training?
Disgusting human being.
How difficult is it training in these circumstances? Conditions, rather.
It's just a matter of adjusting, I think. It takes a couple of days, I think, to sort of get used to the weather, but you really do feel the benefit of coming out here when you get back to England and you get back to our climate. You do feel fit for it, and you do feel the benefit. You
had a good few run-outs last season. Are you looking to improve on that this season? Obviously, the competition's quite rough between you and Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. Bob, everyone knows how good Bob is, but of course, I'll be looking to push him all the way. And yeah, it is a good. Got a good goalkeepers union here, and yeah, we definitely push each other on.